Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of product review. I don't know. Anyway, you saw from the title or even the thumbnail that today I received my custom lake cycling CX403. Now, I don't know how many colors are available. I asked if they made them in pink, and then I wanted a hot pink. I didn't want the bubblegum pink. It's kind of like, it's a little too light for my taste. I like it a little bit more. As a matter of fact, my clothing is more of a magenta than a pink. But you go through the, obviously the size is most important. So you should have, in my case, I already own 3 pairs of lake shoes. So I was able to really, with a very high degree of certainty, know what size shoe I needed. As a matter of fact, I did a video where I talked about how I wore my CX403s for BREST PARIS, and that's a 1,226 kilometer event, so 762 miles, and it was 12,000 feet of 12,000 meters of climbing and 40,000 feet of climbing. The pedal time was 51 hours, so I basically wore these shoes for 51 hours. But on top of that pedal time is all the walking around that you have to do, from where the bikes are parked to where you eat, where you use the facilities for everything else, showers, bedding, and of course your controls. You got to check in. So everything is, in most cases, a good walking distance from where the bikes are parked. So I wore my shoes for 70 plus 80 plus hours, and I was very, very comfortable in them. So that's how I knew to order this custom shoe in a size 45, because I've worn a size 45 for a lot of my endurance events this year. I have a lace up in a 45, which is the CX1. I also have the 403 in a 45. Now the lace up is a little bit wider by design because it's not a race last. So the CX403 is a race last. That CX1 is not a race last. So it's a little bit wider. And I'm going off of memory, but I believe it's like 99 millimeters on the width for a 45 in a race last CX403. Now, something that is very interesting to talk about going forward, Lake has changed their sizing on their race last. So in the past, you just had a wide and an extra wide. I'm sorry, you had a standard and a wide in the 403, but you could get an extra wide in the 332, which I don't have in my hand. I'm actually shipping a pair to someone. So you could get an extra wide in the 332. Well, I think maybe I actually don't know the reasoning. I should ask Chris over at Lake. So instead, what they have now is you have the 333, the new model, and I'll probably get one of those in at some point. What they've done is they've got this closure now from the 403. It's on the 333. The 332 has a different closure system on top. But the point is that now with the 333, the sizing, you have narrow, wide, and narrow, regular, wide. So everything kind of got, the things that were wide, that's now regular. What was extra wide is just wide. Okay, and narrow is, I guess, what used to be a standard width. So just keep that in mind. Currently, that sizing chart is only underneath the 333. It's not on their main sizing matrix. So you have to make sure that you know that, because the 333 is not even listed in the main sizing metric. So anyway, this is a regular 45, what is now going to be called narrow, I guess. But, you know, the 403 has never been available in an extra wide anyway. It was the 332. Okay, so now put some cleats on this. Hopefully the rains hold off. On a side note, I'm 26 miles from hitting 10,000 miles for the year. So some of you that follow me on Strava, I appreciate the support and the kudos you're giving along the way. I'm under 140 miles for 140 rides for the entire year. So I'll do a little analysis of my mileage and my gain and stuff like that. Now, this year was not about getting elevation gain. It was all about getting miles and time in the saddle, because BREST Paris does not have a lot of climbing. It's only 40,000 feet in 762 miles. So it was all about mileage. It was all about getting time in the saddle, getting used to, you know, doing very, very long days, and then sometimes multiple days back to back. So yeah, these are, I mean, so I was able to get the custom logo here. So Rev Cycling, in case you don't know or you haven't been kept up to date on this channel, so Rev stands for red-eyed vireo, and that's this bird here. It's a vireo. And red-eyed vireo is my totem when I do 500-mile races. You don't get a bib number like, let's say, at a turkey trot or something like that. So most people just, you know, in the endurance world, they all know me as Rev, right? So basically, you know, you just kind of, where the this place here, just a nice place to get a pink logo as well, my custom, and then the choice of kangaroo leather, which I wanted. The workmanship is excellent. If you consider that they're probably only doing onesies and twosies in this color, you know, they have to interrupt the manufacturing process to create this shoe. Now, an interesting thing is the time for the ETA was not long at all. At some point in October, I thought about it. Early part of November, I said, yes, let's do it. And basically, Chris from Lake, he said, hey, if I can get it into the production for November, you'll have it by the end of December. And today's the 18th, so he beat those dates of the end of December. I mean, I have them in my hand by December 18th, which also includes, you know, shipping from wherever they're made, shipping from Chicago to me. So I am extremely happy with the custom shoe process through Lake. So if you folks would like to do that, let's connect. I can get the colors, because there's more than just this, and you know, some graphics. Maybe you want to put your name, your cycling team's name, you know, any of that kind of stuff. So I'm very pleased with the process. I haven't tried them on, but like I said, I mean, I wear a 45, so they should be, I mean, they look bigger only because they're stuffed with, you know, the regular packing stuff that comes in shoes. You know, so yeah, they look quite big, but once they get on my foot, they should be fine. So that's all for today. Let's hear your thoughts. You know, if you like the pink, if you want purple, black, something else, if you want custom. Now, the other thing is, I'm not sure if they do custom for the other models. I think it's just the 403. That's something I can find out for you as well. So please like and subscribe. Make some comments down below. If you had a shoe that or a color that you wanted to use, drop it down below. Let's hear about it. Okay, please like and subscribe. We'll see you up the road.